just like trying on these shoes. I'm like, it fits, it doesn't, it fits. Hey, how are you? So we went to the Christian sample sale in our last video, and today I want to show you everything that we got, and we got a lot of items. Let me tell you, we got 3 pairs of shoes and 2 leather goods, bags, leather goods, and I am so excited to share with you today. So we're gonna go through every single piece that we got, mod shots of everything, of course, and then at the end, after I unbox and show you everything, we're gonna talk about the sample sale, what went down, the prices, what I felt was good buys, and how I would do it again if I could go again, and I definitely want to go again. So let me start with the shoes because they were my favorite pieces. I don't really want to get into the whole story right now, but it is a really, really good story. So let me show you my favorite pair to start off first. Are you ready? Ding! These are the cutest platform heels ever, and look at that chunky bottom. I've already worn them around the house, but I haven't worn them out yet. But look at that. It is literally like 4 or 5 inches high, but it's actually incredibly comfortable. And it did come with a brown with white trim. It looked like a wood kind of brown, like the cork kind of style. And I honestly wanted all of them. I wanted so many pairs of shoes. If I had unlimited amounts of money, I would be holding like 10 pairs of shoes right now. And that, let me tell you, that was the limit of what we were allowed to buy. So these are pair number 1, and I totally love the platforms. They are so on trend right now, but having that Christian Louboutin touch with those red sole bottoms. So, these are my favorite pair. Okay, next pair. And these are heels that I wanted for a very, very long time. And they are these. I've wanted these wedges forever. And I didn't realize this before, but these wedges, they're actually a plastic bottom and it's not a leather bottom. Everything I got was either a 36 or a 35, and I have a story about that in the end too, about sizing. But these were a true 36 for me. And look at that. Oh, these were a beautiful nude. I was with my mom, if you guys saw the video before, and we were both shopping together. These shoes are all mine, and then she got the leather goods. And you can tell that, maybe it's a little hard to tell here, but the nude is actually, oh, you can see it here. It's actually like a metallic sheen to it. It's so pretty. It's like an iridescent nude, but you can't tell it right away until the light hits it. But I wanted these kind of wedges from Christian Louboutins for like at least 6 years in my life. Not in any specific color, but just this style, this classic style I really wanted. I always wanted some kind of shoes like this to go to like Miami, Hawaii, Florida. Not gonna lie, but I've never been in Miami and Florida before, but these are the shoes I picture myself wearing when I go to like a nice dinner in kind of like a beachy kind of city. So I'm so happy I got these. Okay, second pair down. We are on our 3rd pair of shoes, and let me tell you, I've worn these a bunch of times already. Are you ready? So these are perfect for walking around the city, and they are super, super fun. Bing. I don't know why I said bing. Look at these. Okay, these are worn already. I've worn these like a few times around the city, and again, they're like a plastic rubber bottom. I thought about it for a long time already, but I was there for literally like 2.5 hours. I was so excited. I was like sweating, getting the sweats and everything. I was like, what do I get? What do I not buy? But these are like really fun. If you look at the sides, there's like cartoon images, and there's like little sailors or people I don't even understand. And they were so cute. So all of these shoes and bags, I did have a quick like Google search, and they're all, I believe, from 2021. So it's just like last year's collection. So all of these sale items, they were like these outlet sample sale items for friends and family. They're actually like pretty new. And then this one has like, it's patent leather with like the suede back in the back. Normally I don't like all these like funky colors, but it is Christian Louboutins and they are famous for these kind of sneakers. There's a bunch of high tops too, but I personally prefer low tops. I'm short, so when I wear high tops, it cuts off my legs, and low tops always make my legs look longer. So that's a great tip. But overall, oh my God, love these shoes. And I honestly have been walking around the city with them. I get tired in the end of the day because they are like stiffer. They're not like Nikes or anything, but they are comfortable. Like overall, I gotta say they are comfortable. I have worn them out with 0 blisters. So these are the third and last pair of shoes, and we are on to the bags we got. Okay, so we have 2 really exciting bags that we purchased. These 2 are purchased by my mom. So these 2 are my mom's. And the last one she got that I'm gonna save for the end is like so exciting and I love, and I kind of feel like I'm gonna steal it from her. I'm gonna go with this one first. This one's like a small leather good, but wallet on chain basically. So they all come with dust bags like this for the bags. This, she got the wallet on chain. It's like this brown canvasy thing. And like, I know she wanted to get something, so she got this. Oh, actually, no, this is it's like a dual use. Are you ready? My mom is very classic, so she got just the plain black. There was like a leopard print too. She got black. So this one is like a calf leather, and this one is actually, it's like a dual use. Let me show you. So the first use, you can use it just as a wallet if you wanted to, but it does come with the chain. So it's a wallet on chain bag, and then inside it already has the card slots. And the inside's that beautiful signature Louboutin red with how many card slots? 1, 2, 3, 4 card slots, and inside it's just empty. So 1 empty slot, 4 card slots. There's nothing in the back, but so you can take off the chain with these lobster clips that are on the side, and then instead you can use it as a belt bag or you can use it as a wallet. So this one does have the Christian Louboutin embossed right underneath the clasp there. And then you can also use it if you don't want to use the chain. It does come with a little belt. It's not reversible, which I thought would be cooler. You can only use it on the black side, but then the red side is underneath. So you would just loop it through. And then use it like a waist bag. So it's pretty cute too. And then there's like quite a few notches for you to notch it up. You just loop it through. And this one was such a good price. I'll talk about all the pricing and discounts at the end after I unbox the last item for you. But you can definitely, there's like so many sizes. So the notches basically run to the end. So this was the first purchase that my mom got. This was like the first thing she picked up. And she was like, snag. She wasn't really into the shoes because most of them were high heels, but then there was definitely like a bunch of low tops and like flats and stuff. But my mom went straight to the leather goods, which is what she likes better. So this is the first item she bought. And then the second and the last item of this entire haul is ta-da! It's so cute. So this my mom picked out too, and it is just adorable. Look at this. It's like the cutest nylon backpack. And my favorite, so there's leather calfskin trim on all over it. Look at the zipper pulls. They're like red enamel and then brass on the other side, but look at that, it's so adorable. All the webbing, so the backpack strap in the back, if you flip it to the back, it's like calf leather, and then the red webbing part is in the inside and black on the outside. And the best part of this bag is, look at that, it is like a plastic bottom. Like it's like, look at this, these are my sneakers that I bought and the bottom of my mom's bag. Like Isn't that so cute? It's also plastic. It's like silicone or something. So it's like super hard and sturdy, keeps its shape, as well as if you decided to put it, you know, I wouldn't, but if you put it on the ground or like on the table, it's kind of like seat protectors, but it's the entire base. And even the corners, like the entire base is that plastic. So I do appreciate that. I still, like, I take really, really good care of my stuff. So I still wouldn't put on the floor, but that's definitely like something to do. So they just have like, it's not that many compartments, to be honest. There's one compartment in the front, and I do love that signature red for everything. And then on the inside, my mom has already personalized it, and I'm not gonna take it out. She like adds a little like, she added a little Coach bag here that she like zippers, hooks it on to the zipper so it doesn't like fall out. And then inside it's just empty with one zipper compartment right at the back there. And then it says Christian Louboutin Paris right there. So it's just one zipper compartment in the back, and then it basically, it's like an empty hole inside. I'll probably try to make like future videos of what you can fit, but it's like a pretty decent size. It's actually a little bit bigger than that mini Louis Vuitton backpack, that Palm Spring mini backpack that everyone had for a while. This one's it's a little bigger than that, definitely. So you can definitely fit a lot more. Like, look at my hands. Okay, so these were all the 5 items that we got, and we spent 2.5 hours at the sample sale. And now let me talk about prices. Oh my God, I am getting just like a little more excited just through reliving this experience. And okay, let me start from the top now. So that's all the unboxing we have. And now it's story time, prices, everything. Okay, so I was so excited when I got to go. I know somebody that works there, so we got to an invitation for like a friends and family staff sample sale, which I'm sure if you're in the know, you know, but I don't usually know. But this time I got in, so I was really, really excited to get in. I didn't have any prior purchase history in Hong Kong specifically, but I did know somebody that worked at Christian Louboutin directly. So that's how I got the invite to start. And it was a pretty simple process. We couldn't share the invite, but I got me and my mom both invited. So we just needed to have like our passport details kind of thing, our full name, and an email address. So the email address, they sent us like an invitation, and then you would book a time slot. I think there was 3 days of the times that you could purchase. It was like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was working on Friday morning, so I couldn't go the earliest time slot, but I went the next best time, which I was going on Friday afternoon. So it was on the first day, but in the afternoon. And I was pretty sure like things wouldn't necessarily get replenished. And I learned that in the end that like, I don't think items get replenished. So I'm glad I went the earliest time I was able to make it. So we would sign up. So we went there. That building I've never been before. You saw in the last video, it was called Taegu Plaza. And it's this, I think it's hosted by another event. So you might've seen the bags that we were carrying, and it was called On the List. And then so when we went there, it looked like an office kind of building with like little bit of shops only. So I think it was mostly like office buildings or event spaces kind of place. And then when we got there, we went up, and then there was kind of like a bouncer. They were checking, and I was like, the time slot was 2 hours each. So we were allowed to stay for 2 hours. I think my time slot was like 2 to 4. And I did give myself a little bit extra time. So I got there at like 1:50, thinking in case the lines were long or anything, but actually there was no line. When I booked the time slots, I could see there was like 40 available spots for each time slot. So it's not like a lot of people went. So when I went at 1:50, they actually let us in right away. We didn't have to wait until 2 p.m. And then when we got in, I was like overwhelmed, but they did take away our phones. So I didn't realize this after, but my sister was telling me, she's like, you could have just hid it in your jeans and then like took sneak photos, but I didn't even know that was a thing. So when we got to coat check, they take all your stuff for you, and then you get this little plastic clear, like a plastic little shopper bag, but it's completely clear, and the only thing you're allowed to take with you is your ID, your credit card, and cash. You're not allowed to take your phone, chat. You can't take anything else except for those things: ID, cash, or card. And you put them all in that clear plastic tote so everyone can see your cash or ID, whatever it is, and you just carry around with you when you shop. And then you have to put your phone away and stuff. And then the right side with shoes, sorted out by size. There was men's and women's, and then the left side was like leather goods, handbags, as well as like little accessories like bracelets, keychains, that kind of thing. I am all about the shoes all the way. So I like ran to the shoes, basically, ran to 36, and I literally started like grabbing things. It wasn't that busy when I got in because I think I came like 10 minutes before my intended time slot, and it wasn't busy inside, so I guess they let us in. My mom kind of looked at the shoes and she kind of went to the leather goods section, which is what she likes better. And then there's like these big shopper totes, so I just grabbed a shopper tote and I literally just threw in the shoes in my shopper tote so I could try it on later. There's like benches everywhere, and only the right side of the shoe was out, the left side of the shoe was in the back. And actually you weren't allowed to try on the whole pair on its like together. You could only try on the right side of the shoe, and if you liked it, you would then pay for it and pick up the left shoe and pay, but you weren't ever allowed to try on both at the same time. So once you decided you want it, you just ask for the left shoe, and directly to the cash is where they take you. So you don't get a second chance to like go back, sit down, and try it on. So, but I mean, I guess it worked out. I think it was like maybe too messy. They would be scared of people stealing or the shoes just getting ruined or too much time. But regardless, I never saw the left pair of shoe until I basically got to cash, and you got to look like, you know, once over if it was fine. But that was it. Okay, so I'm not joking you, I took like at least 30 pairs of shoes, and I still have one regret that there was one shoe that I didn't buy. It was a So Prive in 120 mm. It's a classic shoe, but I did want it in nude. So I do have a few pairs of Christian Louboutins that I own already, and I do have I have the So Kate in black. So I wanted for a long time the So Prive 120 mm in nude, but I did see it in patent black at the sample sale, and I was like, ah, and I grabbed it, but it came down to like the So Prive and these 3 choices that I showed you, and then I ended up not grabbing it because I just didn't like, they were inexpensive, but I'm just not trying to spend all my money. Like, I understand to myself that I don't wear heels that much, so I don't really need, I have a billion pairs of shoes already, but I still like, slight regret that I didn't buy them. But one day I will find them in nude on sale as well, so I will grab those. But that was definitely a classic pair that I missed out, that I'm a little bummed out about, even though I chose not to buy it, because normally classic styles don't really go on sale. So actually, even everything you see here today, they are a bit more trendy. However, they are all classic silhouettes, and I am gonna make like a next video about trends, shoe trends, and my take on them. So subscribe and keep watching. But these are definitely classic silhouettes from Christian Louboutins. They have not changed the style for like at least 5-6 years. However, this is just like a seasonal color where that nude becomes like metallic, but you could not tell. Like, this would look like a permanent collection shoe silhouette, which it is. And these sneakers as well. This is a permanent classic silhouette shoe, but these patterns and these colors, it's seasonal. So that's just the difference. But I totally love them. This one was just the one that was out of the blue, but I love this one so much. This is my favorite pair, even though this is the most trendy in that sense. I love this. I could not take this off. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's so comfortable. I know it looks massive and chunky here, but if you look at where the heel actually starts and how high it is, it's like a little, look at that. The heel height is actually only like this big. So it's only like an inch or two. So imagine wearing an inch or two heels, but you just need to work on your balance. So all these platform heels, it's all about balance, but it's actually not like that uncomfortable. The heel arc is actually fine. Okay, now we talk about prices. I am so excited to tell you everything about this. I want you to like know everything that I know. So these shoes were all about 70 to 80% off. So it was amazing, amazing deal. It depended on the shoe, but basically how it worked was there was like 5 to 6 price ranges. I can't remember exactly because we weren't allowed to take photos, but so if it ranged from, this was in Hong Kong, so if the prices ranged from under $5,000, which is like under 800 USD, retail price, it would sell for about $120. And then if it had, if the retail price was like 5,000 to 9,000, which was like 800 to 1,300 USD, it would sell for 170 USD. And then the price kept going up like that. So it was based on the retail price. And then if it was like 10,000 USD, which is like 1,500 US, to like 15,000 Hong Kong dollars. Maybe I'll put up a little chart here. It would be like $2,000. No, yeah. Okay, I'm getting confused. But basically it was like a price range of shoes. So like some of it was like 60% off and some were 80% off. Every shoe I bought here, they retailed for, I think, $10,000 or $12,000. So anywhere from 1,500 USD to 2,000 USD. So the price I actually paid, which is what you want to know, is this one was actually the cheapest one in a sense, not by much, but this one would probably cost me around like 200 USD, this one. And then these two were the same price and it probably cost me like $250 USD each. So in the end, I spent a little under 1,000. So like I spent probably like 800 USD in total. My math is not the best. I know I'm Asian, but yeah. And then my mom's was actually a really good deal too. Her wallet on chain was like the best deal. I think it was like 80 to 90% off. She paid about like 150. So like a little under 200 USD for this. And I think it retailed for like 2,000 USD. So this was like the best buy in the sense of discounts out of everything here. And then this one I think was like 80 or 70% off. And I don't remember what it retailed for, but she paid like 300 or something USD. So like this one was a little bit more expensive because I think this was like, you know, more trendy. You know, the wallet on chain is kind of like very classic, very easy to use, but it's also very simple. Like it's not anything super special or crazy. But this one has like more stuff to it. It's like calfskin trim, nylon bag. This is my favorite part. So yeah, so those are the prices and everything ranged about that. There was like some really expensive items though. Like there were like high tops of these that were like strass crystals, like all around, like the entire thing was bedazzled with crystals. And that was like, it retails for like 6,000 USD, retails. And I think it's still sold for like 2,000 USD, right? So it was still like really pricey for me for what it is. I don't even like high tops. And there was also like crystal strass mesh heels that I actually really do love, and I did want them before, but that particular, because these are seasonal styles, right? It's not like the classic one, so you would find all the weird colors, the rainbows and whatnot. That one had like a little bow in the front, and I didn't want that. But they had like crystal strass ones, but they were a little bit higher in price than I think you would have to pay like 500 USD. So because it retails for like 3,000. Like shoes are getting so expensive these days. I remember when I bought my So Kates like in 2014, something like that. So like ages ago. Oh my God, I am getting old. But that was like 8 years ago. So I bought one of my first pair of Christian Louboutins 8 years ago, and I bought them for like $600. Like they retailed for $600. And I worked at Holt Renfrew at that time. So if you watch till the end here now, then you'll know. But I worked there, so I had like a staff discount on items then. But now I don't even know the price now. I'll like check it out, but it's probably about $1,000 now. So like prices of shoes have gone up so much. So, but the item is the exact same thing. Oh, and I do want to show you that because these were all sample sale items, they do mark that they're sample sales. So you can see here that there's a little circle. So I know that Hermes does this too. They stamp like a little H or something inside. So for Louboutins, they make a little hole in your shoe. So I actually I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I didn't realize this until later, but they have a hole. And at first I thought they didn't do it with the plastic ones, but they do. It's just that the plastic ones are harder to stab a hole in it. But you can see here, there's like a little hole right there. But it's like it's more obvious on, I can't even find that hole thing in the sneakers. Oh, they did it in the inside. So underneath you see, I hope you can see, there's a hole right there, you can see that. And then, okay, of sizing to end off, I don't want to make this video too long, but I hope you're enjoying everything so far. So sizing, everything I bought for shoes, at least, I did buy a size 36, which is what I'm true to size with. You gotta be super careful, because I messed up here and I don't want you to mess up, is that even though because they're sample sale shoes, and actually this goes for any store that you're shopping on, the sizes get mixed up, and even though it's placed in the 36 rack, it might not actually be 36 or whatever your size is. And even the labels that are placed. So there was like white labels. I ripped this one off, but there was like a white label where it said how much the retail price costs, which I don't know, sometimes they might jack it up, and the sizing and everything. So there was actually a label on the sneakers and it said it was a 37. And I was like, oh, that's just like a one size bigger than my normal size, which is a 36. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And then I tried it on and I was like, oh, I fit, it's fine. Doesn't even feel too big. And and I'm also like really high. Like I'm like panicking and like my adrenaline is like, la, la, la. And so I'm just like trying on these shoes. I'm like, it fits, it doesn't, it fits. And I just think everything fits because I'm like so excited and so happy when I go shopping. Anyways, by the time I like finish picking, I'm like, okay, these are my final 3 choices out of 30 pairs I've tried on. And I was there, trust me girl, for like 2 hours just sitting there going like, And when I went up and then they got me the left side of the shoe, I found out this was actually a 35, and suddenly my world like turned black and I was like, no, does it actually even fit? I swear it was a 37 and I swear it fit on my foot. And then I got so confused and I was like, can I try on both sides? I thought it was 37, it's mislabeled, look, it's mislabeled. And they were like, nah, sorry, you can't try on the other side still. And I was like, and then I just like grabbed the right side, put it back on my feet. I'm like, it fits. I'm buying it anyway. So this shoe is actually too small again. And if you saw my last unboxing video, you'd be like, girl, are you dumb? But it actually fits. It doesn't like hit my toenails or anything. Like it actually fits. It's not that uncomfortable. So it's actually even smaller than those sexy heels I bought from the last video, which was 35.5. So surprisingly, these fit a little bit more roomy than the heels, because the heels I would not be able to like cram my feet into the smaller sizes, but they do vary a lot. I would advise, unless you have the exact style, like if you've bought So Kate's before, you know the exact style, you can buy it online. But if not, I know some places still aren't open for like total in-person shopping yet, but I would never advise to buy Christian Louboutin specifically online, because the sizes vary so much, specifically on the heels. I was trying on, I forget the name, but it's like similar to So Kate's at the sample sale too, and the 36 I was trying on, my heel was popping out. It was like too big. And I've tried on, I remember I was in Hawaii and I was like so high when I was shopping in Hawaii this one year. I was about to buy those mesh crystal strass Christian Louboutins for regular price. I ended up buying these Chanel heels instead. But I was about to buy it, but they just didn't have my size. And you know what size I was trying on? A 34. Like I told them I was a 36 and I tried it on and it was like literally popping on there. Go like, girl, you're not a 36, at least a 35. And I tried on 35 and it was still popping out. And I was like, what is happening with my life? Like, and I needed like a 34. I needed like one of the smallest sizes in order for my foot to actually fit. And I think for that reason why was because that particular mesh crystal strass Christian Louboutin heels, that one was like actually fabric and it stretches out. Like it's like the heel, like this mesh part was like loose, like because it's like a fabric. So when my foot put in, it just like kind of like stretched out the fabric and my foot like went in more. So I think that's why I needed like an even smaller size, whereas things that are like super rigid, not this one, but like things that are super rigid, I can't get away with a smaller size. And this, I don't want to, like I want to buy my true to size. So all in all, what I'm saying is that I am incredibly happy about all my shoes. I've worn these around the house multiple times. I've been wearing these already out, and now I can finally post photos of it on my social media, showing you my styling and stuff. I've been trying not to post things on social media before I actually show you the items, because I do want YouTube to be a place where I can share all my thoughts to you first. And honestly, I just want to chat. I love luxury items, if you haven't figured that out already. So I love to tell you everything and anything luxury and fashion related. I am either super cheap or super expensive, so I literally have zero balance. I will buy my Hermes as well as I will buy that $10 thrift shop item. So I love it. I appreciate all aspects of fashion, vintage, modern, designer, everything. So I hope you enjoyed this entire unboxing and the story that came along with it. I would love if you subscribe and like, and follow me for more shopping adventures and fashion tips. Love you. Bye.